showed us how the game is played. In Judges chapter 4, she is the fourth judge of Israel. Her predecessors were Samson, Jephthah, and Gideon. And the truth of the matter is she goes down in history as the most godly judge. She's not a judgest. She's a judge. But when these other four judges preceded her, they brought Israel into apostasy, falling away. And the scripture said in verse 1, and they did evil again in the sight of the Lord. So God was using Deborah. But Deborah didn't act like the equalizer. Deborah wasn't Wonder Woman. Deborah had been judging Israel. They had been coming for her counsel. And the king Barak, she prophesied to him and said, God said, go in and you're going to defeat the armies of Jabin, who has put Israel in bondage. And you know what Barak said? He said, not Obama, Barak, he said, I'm not going to fight if you're not going with me. He said that to the prophetess. Now, she wasn't going to fight, but he knew she had a godly connection. But you know what we do now? We fight by ourselves and wait for somebody to tell us what we did wrong. But he said, I'm not going unless you go with me. She said, now, I'll go with you, but let me tell you, when I go, you're not going to get glory. Because God is going to sell Sisera the king into the hands of a woman. And the woman's name was Jael. The king is on the run, running from Barak. And Jael has made up in her mind that she had been a friend to some people in Israel, and she fooled the king. Said, oh, come on, you come over here, king. Come on. Come on in. But don't let them know I'm in here. Oh, yeah, come on. He said, I'm thirsty. She said, I'll give you something to drink. She warmed some milk. And warm milk is a sedative. She warmed some milk and gave him the milk to drink, and he fell asleep. In the meantime, Barak is on his way. But because the prophet Deborah had told him that God is going to put your enemy in the hands of a woman, Barak was going to fight, but the battle was already won. You'll get that in a minute. See, sometimes you're getting ready to go fight, and God is saying, I really want you just to show up, so at least it'll look good. Because I'm going to beat the same snot out of your enemy. But I just want you to show up. Because we got to play the game. You're looking at me funny. He told you in the book of Ephesians, having done all to stand. Put on the breastplate of righteousness. Have your loins girded about with truth. And the helmet of salvation. And the shield of faith. And the sword of the Spirit. Feet sharp with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Then he said, just stand there. He didn't tell you to fight. He didn't tell you to kick. He didn't say scratch. He said, just stand there. Because I just need you to show up. Because you got to play the game. I know you're sitting next to family. Look at somebody and just say, show up, show up. The number one rule to success is to show up. You can talk about it all you want, but if you talk about it and don't be about it, ain't nothing going to happen. The number one rule to success is not a business plan, not a vision board. The number one rule of success is to show up. And if the enemy can have his way, he will prevent you and I from showing up. Get you so discouraged, get you so divided. Nobody loves me. They don't want me around. That's right, stay home. I don't want to go back to that church. That's right, because if he can divide you, he's going to conquer you. So he plays the game.